Hello, my name is Courtland Barrett, and in this video, I will be talking about contracts. A contract is a legal agreement that is either written or spoken. So, a contract is something that basically that holds you liable in an agreement. A contract can be in like different forms. If you have your own apartment, a contract could be your lease, the lease which you sign in order to get the apartment. If you're have payments on a car, you're agreeing to make the payments on time monthly. You could have a contract for your car. You can even have a contract on your phone if your phone is not fully paid for and you're under contract with T-Mobile, Verizon, AT&T, and things like that. And in my life, I'm involved in two different contracts. I'm involved with the contract for my job, and I'm involved with the contract for my the apartments I stay at. In my job, I work with children. I mentor children. I watch over the children. I'm a mentor to younger kids. And in my job contract, there were specific rules that were pointed out to me that was required to me, that were required that I do while working. So one of the requirements were I had to be, nice and understanding to the kids that I'm mentoring because they come from different backgrounds and stuff. So in my contract, I agreed to be understanding and try to be patient with some of them. And another agreement was, I would treat the children kindly. I would always be nice and respectful towards them. I will always make them feel like they could talk to me and that they were in a safe environment with me. Another rule is that, while the children are in my care, that I will watch them to the best of my ability, and I will do my best to make sure that I'm not putting the children in harm's way. Upon me signing that contract, if I were to do anything that breaks any of the rules that I signed in that contract, that would be automatic grounds for termination because I broke the rules. And the agreement was, if you do this or if you do that, like for example, if I'm in a classroom with the kids, and the kid is in the child is doing something and I say something mean to the child or I push the child down, that's automatic grounds for termination because I broke the agreement. And if it's something, to an extreme that I did real bad, upon termination, it can be like, I could face legal repercussions with that. And another contract that I'm in a contract with my housing authorities because I live in the Grove student apartments. And in my lease, when I signed my lease, I said, okay, I'm responsible for the room that I'm renting, and I'm responsible for anything that breaks inside the room. I'm responsible if I choose to have a pet and I don't pay the pet fee. I'm responsible for taking care of the pet, making sure that if the pet damages anything, that I'm held responsible and they can charge me for it. I'm also held responsible for paying my rent because if I don't pay my rent and they have grounds to evict me out my apartment, and I would still have to pay my rent eventually, whether they get it one way or another, because it would be if you miss so many payments or something and a bill gets high for a place, it eventually they will turn into a debt company, and the debt company will end up taking it on your credit. So it may affect your credit score, and not paying a bill on time or not paying a bill at all can really affect your credit score, and that's bad. So those are two contracts I am currently in my life right now. And how I look at it, how it impacts me, being in a contract, it makes me be responsible because I am of age of it. I am of age, so being in a contract makes me be responsible for my actions and make sure that I'm taking responsibility of everything that it makes me take responsibility. So I'm responsible for, making sure my apartment, making sure that I'm not damaging anything in my apartment that's going to cause me any fees, making sure that, I pay my rent on time. At my job, I'm responsible for making sure my children are taken care of, making sure that, the kids are taken care of, they're not in harm's way. I'm responsible for a lot of different things because I'm under contract. And if I break any of those contracts, I could be without a job. If I break the contract with my leasing apartment, I can be kicked out and I can be homeless. So those are two contracts that I'm currently involved in.